We'll start with rolling your shins today. Actually, as you get rolling, I'm going to put the workout in the chat just so you can see. Roll in the front of your shins. Let's go ahead and move up past your knees to the front of your thighs. Okay, nice and simple. All right, let's roll and go to the side of one of your thighs. So we're rolling the outside of your thigh. I don't know this slow jam. Yeah. So the stuff you'll need for today, probably, you can make do with just one weight. That should be a weight that you can floor press so that you can sort of lay on your back and press up. Again, we are going for 30 seconds each side. So, make it a weight that might be challenging for that. Dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you want there. If you have a band, maybe you can use the band. If you're laying on your back, you may be able to use the band and press both sides up, or hold one side and press the other. Actually, I like that better. So we'll talk about that when we get there. Might actually try that one. Okay, rolling the outside of your other leg now if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and sit on top of the roller. If you guys are tuned in with the Facebook group, we're starting to pass out the t-shirts. So we've got about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 of them passed out at this point. So if you have your 15 workouts, you should expect your t-shirt within the next day or two. Jacinta's making a lot of special deliveries. All right, we should be kind of rolling both cheeks here. Let's go ahead and move the roller up your back a little bit, just underneath your shoulder blades. And we'll roll out your back. This is the easy one, the one that feels good for most. Play around with different places to put your arms, reaching up over your head. All right, so today we're going to do that lat roll where you're rolling that muscle that goes around the outside of your rib cage here. So we'll raise one arm up in the air, and then you're going to keep your hips on the floor, roll to that side, and we're rolling back and forth. So you shouldn't be pushing your shoulder blade around here. It should be just below your shoulder blade. Yep. Yep, so you should be able to have your hand on your armpit, and the roller should still be below that. So as you're rolling, you're kind of taking care of that muscle that goes down the outside, like kind of back part of your rib. Or let's switch to the other side. Raise that arm up in the air. You can roll yourself, so you can move yourself this way You can also kind of leave everything where it is and just shift back and forth. So right now I'm just kind of like sawing back and forth. I'm not necessarily rolling or picking up my body to move it. I'm just kind of moving that tissue back and forth like this. It'd be as though somebody grabbed it and is just moving it around. All right, let's take the roller. If you don't have a roller, that's okay. You can do this without it. So we're gonna put it right down the middle of your spine. So we'll be laying on top of the roller. Try to get it to a point where your head can relax. If you don't have a roller, you can do this on the floor just as easily. All right, so from here, we're just gonna take our arms up. Try to keep your low back in contact with the roller so we're not arching back. And here we're just gonna go through a stretch. You know, at some point it's not gonna feel like a stretch, but we wanna still go through the range of motion. Just kind of making that snow angel with your upper body, keeping your low back in contact with the roller or the floor. All right, let's have arms up overhead. So at the top of that snow angel, we're gonna slide down, try to keep your forearms parallel to each other. You're gonna think about putting your elbows in your back pocket. As you get down there, remember you're still keeping your low back in contact with the roller. So we'll slide up and down about 12 times here. Should feel a nice stretch through your shoulders. Your chest should be opening up. And once you're done there, let's go ahead and roll onto your side. Keep the roller nearby. Again, if you don't have a roller, that's okay. You'll just curl both knees up. But if you have the roller, I like to use it as a prop here. So we'll prop your leg up. Okay, fingertips are going together. We'll open up and close. So as you open, you're going to exhale. Inhale as you close. Bring your fingertips together and open back up. Do 3 more here. And switch sides. Bring that knee up even with your waistband. So 90 degrees at your hips. Remember, you're going to exhale as you open, inhale as you close. Fingertips always touching together. Try to open your chest up to face the ceiling. And good. Once you're done there, the last one we'll do on the floor, laying on our back. You're going to point the bottom of your feet up at the ceiling. Make your belly really strong. Put your low back in contact with the floor. So your low back should touch the floor here. We're going to freeze everything. Just lower one heel to tap the floor. And we come back up. If it's a struggle to stay here, you can go ahead and grab that leg and drop your heel. Just do 6 times on one side, then 6 times on the other. So you can give yourself a hamstring stretch here while you do work with the other leg. If you're pretty solid at 90 degrees here at your hips, then you just alternate. Push that heel up towards the ceiling. There you go, good. And once you get 6 each side, we'll go ahead and stand. Okay, so from here, we're just going to take a big step forward, let your back heel drop. So we're trying to kind of tuck or scoop your tailbone under, tuck your tailbone down, looking for that nice long stretch down the front of this hip. And you'll also be getting a calf stretch because you're going to let your heel drop down to the floor. So always trying to stay tall here with your tailbone scooped under. Again, just looking for that stretch down the front of the leg that's in back. And good, let's go ahead and switch. Okay, letting that back heel drop should get a calf stretch. We're also looking to stretch your hip flexor, so the front of this leg that's behind you. Okay. Good, so we're gonna go feet wide. Just glue them to the floor. We're just gonna do lateral squats. Let's do 10 each side. So right now we're just working into it, feeling out that warm up. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but for me, I always feel like it takes a few to really get into these. Good. All right, last one here. We're gonna go leg cradle. So we're coming up, giving this leg a hug. So you support your knee with your outside hand here, and then you're gonna pull up and across on your shin. Take that leg back for an SLDL. We reach, bring it up. We'll do this 5 times each side. Use whatever balance checks you need. Okay, 5 each side. So we'll go ahead and switch. Okay. All right. So, like I said, so we're going to go 4 exercises here. We're going to do a minute each, but it really turns into 30 seconds each side. For the alternating lunge, we're going to go do a forward lunge and a lateral lunge. So 2 choices here. On a normal day, I would say goblet hold will be best or most beneficial. So if you can hold here and do your forward lunge and then your side lunge, do that. If holding the weight up here makes you feel like low back fatigue or anything like that, then we just hold it down on, if you're holding in your left hand, you'll step forward with your right and then step out to your side. So we just turn it into a suitcase hold. You just have to be real sure you don't knock yourself in the thigh with it as you come back. Here, you can also do these body weight if you don't have the weight or if body weight is more appropriate for you. So we'll do that a minute each side. Then we're gonna go down into a side plank. So you'd be on your side. You can do these from your knees, so with knees bent at 90 degrees, or we can do it from your feet. We'll do 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other side. Once you're done there, we'll stay on the floor for a floor press. If you have the weight, it's just pressing your hips up, so we'll press and hold here. Do 30 seconds of just going through the movement here, pressing up towards the ceiling. Tap your elbow to the floor and press up. At the 30-second mark, we'll switch. As I was saying about the band, if you have a band that will go around your back, and then you can stretch it and either, I would say, hold it up and then just work one arm at a time. I might try that. It really depends on the equipment that you have. So if you have a weight that is good for that, or is good for a floor press, you should be all set. Last one, SLDL, you're just gonna hold in one hand, tip over each side. Okay, so no brand new movements here, we're just putting them together in a different way. Okay, so we'll get ready to get started with our alternating lunge. Okay, all right, alternating lunge, you're gonna step forward, take that same leg and step out to the side. Okay, we're going for a minute. All right, I'll call the halfway point so we'll know when to switch. All right, ready, and off we go. Remember, you can alter the weight, use the weight that you want to use. Ten seconds left on this side. And switch. Just switch hands. 20 seconds left. Two, one, and relax. Good. Okay, we've got 20 seconds to rest. Then we go into side plank. By the way, we are going through this 4 times. I think I mentioned it early on. I'd just like to make sure that we say it again so we don't disappoint everybody when we only go through once. Then we have to go through 3 more. All right, side plank, here we go. Try to remember which side you're starting on. You can do this from your elbow, you can do it from your hand.
Two seconds.
And switch, just roll right over to the other side.
See you from the two.
3, 2, 1, and relax. So we stay on the floor for the floor press. Here's what I was talking about with the band. If you have a band that works for this, just put it over your back, stretch it.
Two, one, go.
All right, here we go. 30 seconds of pressing on each side.
Five seconds.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. Remember, we're holding our hips up here. So just hold that glute bridge, making sure that your cheeks are strong. In this case, you're gonna kind of tuck your tailbone under or curl it under to make sure that you're not arching your back up.
One, stop.
And relax. Okay, SLDL is next, so we're back up. If anybody tried the band one, all I noticed was like rubbing on my arm. I didn't really like that all that much. So if you have a weight, use a weight. Okay, SLDL, and here we go.
Weight in the same here.
You're gonna hold the weight in the leg that goes back. Hold the weight on the side that goes back. Remember, you can go through these at your pace. Keeping those Hip bones level to the floor. Oh, I was about to give up on this. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and switch it up. Remember, if you were to look down, you should see your knee out over your pinky toe. So you have to take all of your weight and shift it over to the side. Keeping that really good posture with your upper body. Push those hips back. And time. Okay, that's one time through. We've got 3 more of those. Alternating lunge, we're going right into it here. 5 seconds. Okay, and here we go. Ten seconds left on this side. If forward lunges are something that don't really agree with you, you can definitely turn it into a reverse lunge. Switch. The only problem with going to a reverse lunge is that then you end up having to switch legs back and forth. Just doesn't work out quite as well. I'd like to keep the same leg stepping. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Side plank is next. Remember to modify this. You could even turn it into a side plank like this, depending on where you are. And here we go. Try to start on the side that you ended on last time. Oh, why don't you just take your socks off? I think we gotta go. Function over fashion here, buddy.
5, 4, 3,
2, 1, and switch sides. Roll right over. Clock will keep going. Remember, if you're fully extended, that top foot is going to be just in front of your bottom foot. So both feet should be on the ground rather than stacked up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Staying on the floor for floor press next. This was a gift, by the way. Originally, I had the SLDL first. So we're saving some up and downs.
2,
3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Remember pressing those hips up. Ten seconds left. 2, 1, and switch. Whatever's going on with the weight that you're pressing, try to keep your hips nice and stable. It should be going right down the middle, not shifting side to side. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. SLDL is next. Three, 2, 1, and here we go. Ten seconds left. That back toe should be pointing down at the ground. Hips square to the ground. And switch sides. Clock will keep running. Halfway. Five seconds. And time. Good. All right, halfway done the work today. 2 more times through. We're back up to the top. Alternating lunges. Remember the difference. So we prefer holding up here. If you feel low back stuff with that, go ahead and hold down low. Okay, here we go. Ten seconds left. And we switch. Halfway there, 15 seconds left. Make sure on that lateral lunge you're stepping out far enough so that your hip pocket doesn't get outside your ankle. And time. Side plank is up next. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Remember, you can do this from your elbow or your hand, whatever works for you. Think of that very best posture, so don't let your head curl forward. 5 seconds. We're going to switch and switch. Also know if you've got that top hand on the floor, there's a real good chance that your shoulder is dipping down. So we want to try to get those shoulders stacked right up on top of each other. Also kind of helps, like if you can point your fingertips up at the ceiling, just helps to kind of line everything up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, staying on the floor for the floor press. Ten seconds.
Make sure to switch your arms there.
Ready? And here we go. Make sure we're lifting those hips up. So we're doing a 1-minute glute bridge here too. Giving yourself a nice solid base to push from. 10 seconds left. And switch. Ten seconds left. 2, oh, sorry, at time, sorry. You guys got an extra 3 seconds of work there. It shouldn't be. Okay, 5 seconds, SLDL is next. Oh, just kidding, 1 second, go. I struggle telling time.
One thing to look at too.
Five seconds until we switch. Switch sides.
Looking at Twister's fishy face now.
15 seconds left, halfway on this side. And time. All right, back up to the top. Last time through. Then it's an hour till happy hour, right, Jen? Ted? Okay.
What's heavy?
Ready? And here we go, alternating lunges.
Fixed.
5 seconds left. Squeeze 1 or 2 more in. Switch. Ten seconds. And time. All right. Got a bulk of the work out of the way. Side planks next. Remember to modify if you need to. We can still go from the knees. Ready, go. No. Halfway there. At this point, you're probably trying to control your breath and stay stable at the same time. It's part of the challenge. And switch. Stay up nice and strong. Using that elbow or hand to drive yourself away from the floor. So don't let yourself sink, your shoulder and chest sink towards the floor. Use that elbow, push yourself away. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, relax. Floor press in 15 seconds. Try to start with alternating arms on this one. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Ten seconds left. Switch. Keeping those hips squared up, nice and solid in the middle. Don't let them move with the movement. 10 seconds left. And relax. All right, 1 minute of work left, 30 seconds each side. Yeah, should be on the floor. All right. Are we going? Oh, we're going, sorry. So we're 10 seconds in, 20 seconds left. Keeping those hips square to the floor. It's probably gonna feel like you're dropping your one hip in or turning your back toe in.
2.
And switch sides, 30 seconds left, gang. Ten seconds. 5. And relax. Okay. All right, guys, take a second here. We're gonna take just a minute. If you gotta go ahead. I'm gonna write names down here, actually. So if you have 2 minutes to hang out, let's go ahead and take a spot on the floor. All right, so we'll lay on the floor on your back with the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. So nice and comfortable there. All right, and we start to breathe. You're gonna start by pulling air down into your belly. As your belly fills up, your chest may start to fill up as well, especially while your heart rate is still up. Good, starting to control your breath. Now we start to consciously lower that heart rate. And we start to sync the breath with your heart rate. So count maybe 6 beats in, depending on your heart rate. It might be 6 beats, 7, 8, 10. Should feel like slow, controlled breathing. Let's take 3 more breaths. And good. Let's go ahead and sit up. Take your time if you need to. We're gonna cross, you can either sit cross-legged, you can sit with your legs straight out in front of you, whatever's comfortable. What's most important is we try to keep here to here as tall as you can. So think about keeping as much volume in here as you can, not to the point where you're arching, so we don't want ribs to come up. We want ribs down, okay? So when your ribs are down, that puts you in the best position to breathe. Okay, if you're arched up like this, you start to lose the ability to use your diaphragm. So we think ribs down, shoulders are back, get as tall as you can. Whatever position you're in, you should have lots of room in the canister from your belt buckle all the way up to your shoulders. And again, just taking a nice deep breaths here, try to sync to your heart rate. If you need to put hands behind you to kind of prop you up and get taller, that's fine. Let's take 5 more breaths. And that's a wrap. Okay. Nice job, everybody. Have an excellent Friday. Cecily keeping the streak alive. Good stuff. Kelly's got to go. Okay, no problem. All right, guys, awesome work. Great job for a Friday. Maybe see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for our Saturday circuit. You are welcome. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.